Whoa, look at the orange color. That's weird. Okay, wow, it's the shading. There we go. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Craps, folks. With the weird lighting in my room today. Why everything's so freaking orange here. Anyway, good morning. Happy to have you here as always. Let's get into it here. I'm going to review quickly how we did on our daily paycheck. I got to fix that camera. That is just annoying the crap out. What is going on? Why is my camera like tinted orange? Like it's like, what the hell? Weird. There we go. That looks more normal. Wow. Anyway, let's get to it. I want to talk to you a little bit about daily paycheck because we had an interesting situation this morning, and it ties into so many things that we talk about all the time, and I want to make sure that we talk about it here face to face because some people I think just watch the paycheck, and some people just watch Coffee and Craps. And I want to kind of get this little first segment here to merge those two audiences. So far, by the way, we're playing the 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Simple system, right? The 5, 5, 5 Greg's don't pass is $25 in the don't, $30 in odds, rinse and repeat, right? Super grindy method. I ramped it up a little bit with the $5,000 bankroll. We're doing 100 and 150. Same system though, right? It's 6 to 5. It's no different, right? 100 and 150. Now what I did is I added the 6 and 8 to it. Right, you got the lowest house edge on the don't pass. You've got the lowest house edge place bets 6 and 8, super low volatility. And the initial thought was take a hit on either of them and get out. Super simple, right? Pick a side. Then I thought, well, let's try and do the sister press. Let's take a hit on either the 6 or the 8, press them up, and then on the second hit, bring them down. Right, take 2 hits. It brings back about 245 or so at this level, and let the 7 run its course. We did that yesterday and made paycheck. We did take a hit yesterday. We went down. We had to fight back from like, I think $900 down or something like that. We made it. Today, I played a little bit more aggressively to try something, and we did on the 6 and 8. We sissy pressed them up. So we took the first hit at 150, made them both look like 210. The second hit, collect, right? 245. Then we took another hit. We left them out there. Go from 210 to 300, take another hit at 350, right? At that point, we got the paycheck. And we actually were down. We fought back with that method. And by pressing and pulling and staying there, pressing and pulling and staying there, we kind of ramped the bets up, and they can get pretty high that way. And at some point today, we had this situation where we had those bets have been pressed up. They were at 300 and 300 on the 6 and 250 on the 9, whatever it was. And those bets plus the odds pulled back to our rack, created our daily paycheck. We were at 589, which is what we had today. And the choice was, because you're playing paycheck style of craps, you're at your $500, you pull the money off the table, you lock it in your rack, and you go home, which is what I did. I chose to do that today. Let the don't pass bet sit there, and the don't pass bet sat there, and it also won. Actually, I think my number here should be 1133, not 1033. The don't pass bet wins at the very end, and that's we kind of cleaned the table up that way. However, we did have 2 more hits, right? Had we left the bets out there, we would have won another $500. And there's kind of the degenerate piece of you that says, man, I wish I would have left those bets up, right? And then there's this discretion being the better part of valor piece, which says take the bets down, lock up your profit, and get the hell out of there, right? Our short stack today was only $80. $89. So you couldn't do much with the short stack other than maybe go out there at $30 each and try and just have a fun little run. And we chose not even to do that. Let's pull out and go away. That's the smart move, right? The smart move is that. Now, I've said this before, paycheck style of play, you're going to get beat, right? Unless you're winning like 93 or 4% of the time, right? You can't survive making $500 a day because that day is going to come where you lose the 5,000. And recovering that 5,000 takes 10 wins to do. We're going to talk about win recovery today as part of a later segment. That becomes really hard to do. So when the table presents itself an opportunity to take it for a ride, and instead of paycheck at 500, making 1,500 or 1,100 or 900 extra that one day, you take the chance to do that if you can get it, because that makes your recovery time less when you do get whacked, right? It helps kind of pay some of that. Today was a chance to do that. We didn't take the chance. I would have taken the chance had that last hit of ours put us at like 5,800. I would have taken the chance with the $300. With $89, it wasn't worth the risk to go backwards. And that's, so you got to weigh that out. Like Some days the 500 is the 500. Some days the 500 can be the starting point to something bigger. Today wasn't that day, and I think I made a good call getting out of there. So I got to change the numbers because that's a little bit off actually over here. This is not big enough. It's a little bit off in terms of the profit. That should be 1133 and about 22%. So far so good. This thing is it's got some teeth to it. We got beat early, right? As you know, we got beat early. I got the point picked off twice. We had a couple of early sevens. But then we had the run that you're going to get where you get a couple of inside hits, and it worked itself out. So it's a good, fun, decent little system, and I like it a little bit. All right, let's move ahead here and talk about the stuff. Nothing new here really. Friday Night Fights is on. Actually, also I should put on here. Friday night, Sith Lord SB is going to go for 6. He's going to go for 6. He's got 5. He's got the one for the thumb. He's back in the States too, so he's not playing at 2 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that was a superpower. Maybe he was so good because he played at 2 o'clock in the morning. Buckeye Slim wants to know my daily paycheck total so far from the time I started the show till now. I will show it to you in a second. Actually, we'll go. I've got my browser set up to do a bunch of things later on, and we'll circle back and do that. I want to show you some interesting and fun stats today. Not a whole lot, but some, because I was doing a little bit of basic research. All right, so Crapsy, boy oh boy, Crapsy had a problem last night in Jeff's room. They got an issue there with the software, and I don't know how fast they're going to fix it. I think they said they got it fixed, but the problem is that the app is trying to update everybody's screens at the same time, right? So you got this enormous amount of data on the server, I guess, and they're trying to push all that data back to us with our laptops and phones opened up. Well, that's if there's 70 people in a game, 70 people are getting all the stats and keeping their games updated. So they have an issue with that. They're sending too much data back and forth. I think they're working on it, but I would suspect we're going to see this weird issue until they get a new release put out. It might take them a minute, but I know what their problem is. I understand it as a coder. I understand what they're fighting right now. It's just poor design on the early stages with the data going back. Now they're unwinding that for version 2, but we're in a nexus point where version 2 is not ready. Version 1's got a bug, and it's like, what do they do? So hopefully we'll see that thing work itself out. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Tonight I'm going to be, I think tonight I'm going to do my throwing round with Dave Carlin for my round 2 tournament entry for the Craps Nation throwing tournament. As I've been throwing in the garage the last couple days, I don't expect myself to get very far. I've been throwing pretty badly. So it's been ugly for me. So hopefully I have a good run today, but I've not been throwing well. I've had a couple of 10s, but really not been so great. But anyway, I'll be on Dave's show maybe later on today, and we'll do that. So what's next on my agenda here? I don't want to talk about, I do want to talk about this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing this series here, the douchebag series, and I do these things from time to time because I want to capture some moments in time, right? I'm doing some short videos, some short form stuff to kind of get some attention for the channels. And we talk a lot about ethics on this show, or not ethics, I guess etiquette. So one of the big Craps etiquette things, and I think the thing that might make you a douchebag, is if you come to a table drunk and act like a moron. Now, this is not like a rule at the casino, right? Casinos want you drunk and acting like a moron. But to me, this hurts my game. And what I mean by that is, and I think Victor actually put a great comment on yesterday's video regarding this, where you cannot let people get into your head, right? You got to play your game. You got to go out there and play your thing and let the distractions be distractions. And so what? Me, when I'm at the table, I want to have fun with my friends. We want to have a good time and be able to pay attention. If I got some moron over here with ass breath in my face, being all loud and obnoxious, it takes the fun out of my experience. If I'm there and I'm really working hard and working my bets and I'm in my zone, I'm in my system, the same moron is taking me off my game because I'm thinking about how much I hate this, not how much I need to focus on this, right? And so that's the douchebag move, is if you're so blotto that you can't focus on the game and you're there and you're loud for the sake of being loud and obnoxious for the sake of being obnoxious, you take me off my game, you're a douchebag. And you might think you're bringing the whole table up and having fun. You're not. You're not. Nobody likes an obnoxious drunk. Stay away. You're going to save your money anyway by not playing that way. And you're going to make me, and I know it's all about me, you're going to make me happier. You're gonna make my day and everybody else's day a little bit better. Don't come to the table drunk and act like a douchebag. So that's your message for today, your douchebag message. And I got about 15 of these things. If you've got something that's a douchebag move that you see that drives you crazy, there's a channel in the Discord, the Craps channel. I started a little comment in there. Drop it in there, and I'll add it to I have a list that's like 20 things long that are douchey moves. Not always ethics things, or not always etiquette things. Sometimes they're just things I just can't stand. So there it is. That's your douchebag move. Now, I want to move ahead, and we're going to talk working bets here in a minute, but I want to go and switch screens. So give me a second here to do this. I'm going to switch to this. We're going to go to my browser because this was asked a minute ago. Actually, let's change this because this was actually 689 because we won on the don't today, 689. There's my number for today, 13%. We're at 22% total profit for this one here. Buckeye asked me, what's the summary of all my strategies, all the paycheck stuff. So here's the paycheck summary. And so far, there's a bunch of them that won. Now, this one here is still in the process. This one's still in the process. We've only had 2 sessions, 2-0. The squeeze play from CEG only got 3 days of it because I was sick that week or something. I think I traveled or whatever it was. So it only got 3 tries. It was 2-1. So that's not a fair assessment of that one just yet. But these are the ones that won. The ones that lost got their ever-loving butts kicked. Like completely got their butts kicked. They like the jackalope lost $5,000. The traveling whale lost $5,000. The wedge lost $4,000. So I can take a sum here. Let's just do it. I haven't even done this yet. A summary of these bets here. And so far for the paycheck, we are we are minus 13,000 in the paycheck, which is not surprising. Should not be surprising at all that we're negative. And the reason why we're negative is this. When you're doing paycheck style of play, you got to have a 95% or so win rate. And we don't have that. We've got a couple that are 5-0, 4-1 that are doing well. And we've made decent money up in here. But boy, when you're playing paycheck for 500 against 5,000 and you go upside down 5,000, as those 3 did, holy hell, right? The coming back from this is really hard. Being $13,000 down means that we need to get, what's 13,000 divided by 5? That's 26. We need 26, 27, 20. We need 28 wins of $500 to recapture those losses from these strategies here. And what this tells me is this. These strategies, although fun, are not daily paycheck strategies, okay? Maybe the permanent press is. The permanent press is one that was down $1,900. If I look at the permanent press, I should link those to the sheets, but make it easier for me to find it. But the permanent press is here. That thing won easy every day. It was really easy, except for the one day. We'd lost the first day where I PSO'd a billion times in a row. We never caught back from that one, right? On the worst table in the world, it lost $5,000, right? But it won every other day. So this one here, I think, deserves another chance. I think that's got some teeth to it. But yeah, I mean, we're down holistically all the time. So it's really hard to win paycheck. Notice though, the ones that are winning, for the most part, have commonality to them, okay? Come ladder, the storm has a don't pass element to it. The horseman, of course, is come bets and don't come bets. The odds makers all come bets and don't come bets. 3-point Johnny, all come bets and don't come bets. The 5, 5, 5, 6, and an 8 has got a don't pass element to it. The squeeze play, tier pressure, 330 surprise are the ones that are right side plays that don't even have protection. 330 surprise has protection for one roll. Most of the time, the low volatility, low house edge plays make paychecks. For the most part, they make paychecks. The ones that kind of go for it, that are more aggressive, right? They have these big swings, but they also lost the most money. So if you're looking paycheck style, it's all about the house edge and playing smart and playing low volatility. If you're looking for a home run, you go in here. Leads me to believe that if a paycheck strategy makes more than paycheck, if it instead of 500 makes 700, I might switch to one of these and hit a home run with the excess money, not with the paycheck money. So there it is. How about that? Hope that makes all sense for you guys. Let's see, what else I want to talk about to you? Oh, yeah, I want to show you this. We're going to jump into these charts today a little bit, but also here, I logged in all my rolls, And I put them all in here, and I don't have all the data that I want, but I did want to show you this because it's interesting to me. We talked about the 1s and the 6s for me being dominant, and this is just a spreadsheet with, I just dumped all my rolls in here. 1s and 6s on the die. If you look at each die, there's 6 ways for the one out of 6 for the 1 to show on either of the die, which means you should be about a 32% chance to see a 1 on either of the die on any given throw. My 6s are right there, 32.5%, 32, almost 33%. They're perfect. The 6s are perfect, right? Perfect random. My 1s are 36%. So I'm seeing 3.5% more 1s than I should see, which tracks to what our eyes tell us, right? We say all the time, "Why, John throws a lot of 1s." He does throw a lot of 1s. This, folks, here is a betting decision. That's becoming a betting decision for me, right? I'm not there yet. I don't think 3,500 rolls is enough to make a betting decision, but we're getting to the point where this is becoming outside of the margin for error. And hopping 1s might become a thing for us. Okay, that's just, I wanted you to know, I wanted to look at that because I was looking here today to see how many consecutive come out 7s I throw. And the formula to find consecutive numbers over here that are to come out sequence is really hard. I'm gonna have to code I gotta code this thing up to give me that data. I can get, this is the practice. This is, let's go to Coffee and Craps first. Let's go to Coffee and Craps. This report here gives me the total number of come out 7s, but I don't get a note of the sequential come out 7s. Now, we're gonna zoom into here a little bit because I wanna make a point here in just a second. We're gonna go back to the other screen here in just a moment, and I wanna talk to you about working the come out on your place bets. And we're gonna come to this screen here, and I'm gonna show you what's important over here in just a second. So give me a minute here to go back to my other screen. There we go. I'm going to open my notes up too. So I took notes yesterday and I want to make sure that I've got this. All right. Now, when you're thinking about working the come out, and I want to talk to you specifically about place bets, not about, we did come bets with odds in a previous show. Place bets only. We're going to work place bets today, flat betting. We're not going to take any pressing. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to flat bet the place bets, okay? Here's what you got to know. The dice expectations are this. The probability of a 7 on any given roll is 16.67%. People will throw around the term, you have an 84% chance to not lose your place bets on the come out. And that's true, right? From a probability standpoint. From an odds to win standpoint, it's 20%, 20% expected loss rate, okay? Because six rolls, the horn numbers get thrown out of the mix, okay? So you're looking at your place bets, you have 24 ways to win, 6 ways to lose, 4-to-1 ratio, 20% expected loss of your place bets, okay? The tie doesn't matter. We're looking at how many outcomes, how many times does working the place bets work for you, which would be 80%, not 84%. How many times does it work against you? 20%. That's the numbers that you're actually facing. I want to make sure we understand that math because that math is not obvious to a lot of people. Okay, the 16.67, the 84%. 84% is kind of a BS number. It's really 80%, not 84%. You got to throw away the horn numbers. We're looking at numbers that only create money exchanging hands, right? You have 6 ways to lose, 24 ways to win. That's the calculation that matters. So it's a 20% expected loss on these. Now, working the come out specifically, here's the thing. The multiple 7s will impact you. Now, I want you to realize this. Let's take a look at 160 across. Okay, let me actually go to the table. I'm going to switch table views real quick on you here. I'm going to set this up really quick to give you a quick visual on this. So 160, and again, I'll put the light on here so we can see it. But 160 across, and that's how I'm going to work the bets today. And I want you to, again, see the chips out here. Let's get it set up. Give me a second. I should have had it set up ahead of time, but we'll go 160 across. Okay, you catch the puck being off, and you catch a come out 7 right here. Okay, what happens? You lose 160. Okay, let's say, what does it take to recover the 160? Well, if you're going to get a hit on any one, that's 35. On any 2, that's 70. Okay, we're working our way up here. Okay, at 3, right, you're at 105. At 4, you're finally at 140. It takes 4 hits to get 140 back of the 160 that you lost on the come out. It takes that 5th hit finally to be there. Okay, now it's really 4.5. It's 4.5-ish hits to recover the 160 that you lost. So know that when you're taking this into account, you got to remember one ass kicking on the pass line when you're working your bets. We're on the wrong. What happened there? Where'd my camera go? There we go. One ass kicking on the pass line will take your money. Hold on. And how much does it take to get back, right? You get your butt kicked. You get your 160 or your cross bet taken one time by a 7. It's 5 hits to get it back. 5 hits to get it back. So 2 losses now requires 10 hits to get it back. You suffer come out 7. Now you're 10 hits behind the other person who's not working the come outs. Come out, the impact of a come out 7, especially multiple come out 7s, is enormous when you're working place bets because the amount of hits that it takes to recover from those. Now, the odds on the come are different because you can only get beat by those one time, right? It's a one-time deal. I'll take the 80% win rate over that on that one roll. Here, though, the impact of multiple 7s compounds itself, right? 10 becomes 15, 15 becomes 20, and before you know it, you can't recover, right? That's why working the come out on the place bets, if you're going to be a same better, is a nightmare for you, okay? Now, how often does that actually happen? I want you to take a look. Remember this, it takes 5. It takes 5 hits to recover, okay? Let's go back here, not to there. Let's go back here and look at actual rolls. Now, here we are. This is me. This is the rolls we've done together on this show in the last 4 or 5 months, right? 3,400 rolls, okay? We look at the report, and I'm going to draw my screen. I think I can draw my screen. Oh, I can't. Actually, hold on. I got to fix my pen here. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to make a change. This has got to be full screen. Full screen. Screen, set full screen. Come on. Really? Hang on a second. Set full screen. Why is it not working over here? Tablet display. Full tablet. Why is it not? Hold on. I'm trying to get something else done here. Set screen area. Oh, crap. Hold on. There we go. Monitor 2. That's what we want. Now I can do it, right? Yay. Okay. Sorry about that. I want to highlight some things for you. Over here, we've had 186. Again, this is my coffee and craps day. We've had 186 come out 7s in coffee and craps. We've had 281 missed points, and we've had 200. Look at that. It's terrible, right? 281 made points and 403 missed points. Okay. What does that look like math-wise? Let's do the math on this. So if I go here and we say we had 186 7s, come out 7 equals 186. We set the points, we set 684 points. There's your math, okay? Which means if you're working the come out on me in the morning on this show, absolutely random hucking, okay? We set 684 points, which means you would have got paid on the come out 684 times, yeah? You would have got beat 186 times by come out 7s. What is the percentage of that? Remember, you need to get 1 to 5 is what you need, right? Remember, it takes five wins to make up the losses, right? The ratio here is 3.57. 3.67, I'm sorry, 3.67. Let's rewrite that. 3.67. We need 5, right? You got to beat the come out 5 times to getting beat once. You got to beat it 5 times to getting beat 1 time. Here, we beat it 3.6 times. If you look at the comeout roll as an independent series, okay? So on the Coffee and Crap show, we're down, right? We need 5. We actually got 3.67. So we are down about 2.33 times. 1.33, sorry, 1.33 times. My bad math. 1.33, which means over the course of time, if these are $35 bets, if they're $25 bets, 1.33 is about $40. Or on average, you're losing $40 on every comeout roll on average if you're playing against me. That's what this means, okay? If you do that whole sequence of math, you're losing about $40 every comeout roll on average on this random shooter. That's what you would expect. That's actually random. I am 100% random here. That's what you expect to see, okay? So working to come out against a random shooter like me, not good, right? Not good in the morning. Now, let's go ahead and look at the other shooter that I play with. This is gonna be my practice rows. Let's do the same thing here with my practice run. This is me controlled tossing at night. This is my chopper toss. This is me, and this is now we're at, by the way, this is at 4,000 rolls essentially, okay? How does this look? Well, here, come out 7s, we had 178 come outs. I actually had less come out 7s with more throws, okay? And we had, over here, we had points made, 316, points missed, 486. So the math for this guy, a little bit different, okay? Come out 7 equals, we had 178, okay? Points set were 782, okay? Again, you need 5. You need 5, actually you need 4.5 or so, right? 4.5 is the break-even number here, okay? On this shooter here with John, you're at 4.39. 4.39 versus 5. Okay, you're still behind, right? You're a tick behind. Instead of 4.5 to break even, we're at 4.39. This is probably gonna cost you about $2 per comeout roll. Playing against me, my controlled shooting. $2 per comeout roll cost versus about $45 per comeout roll cost. You see the difference there? When I told you last week, I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm getting to betting decisions, right? And again, this is the impact of this. Check this out, right? When I say to you, I'm at 14.78% of my throws are come out 7s, minus 1.22% over expected value or expected number of that, that's the impact. The impact of that is you could work the come out on me and basically break even, okay? Versus working the come out, check this out, on a random person, let's go to Coffee and Craps, where he's a little more than average, right? You're gonna lose $45 on the come out, working the come outs. Isn't that interesting? I think it's fascinating. So anyway, there's the kind of the math behind it, right? So you need win 5 to recover. How does WindCraps deal with it? Let's take a look. Let's go to WindCraps. And in WindCraps, I've got the same thing set up as yesterday, but a little bit different of a script. Here's a script. The script for today is 2 players. One is going to play the across bets, but he's going to be off with the come out. All he's going to do is this. Every winning bet, same bet, take winnings. He's going to bet $25 on the buy 4, buy 10, place 5, place 6, place 8, place 9. Okay? He's bet across. That's going to be it. Okay? When he loses money, the program stops. The working man is doing the same thing, only thing he's always calling the bets on. That's the only difference. These guys are same betting. That's it. Same betting, running the show. Okay? Let's see what happens between these 2 players when we work the come out, first against my throws, and then we'll do it against a couple of RNG setups. Okay, here we go. Let's go to me. I'm going to go to the bankroll screen here. Let's go to action. Let's go to the dice roll files, and we're going to pull up this 3448 is almost what you saw. I haven't put the last 500 rolls in here yet, but here's the dice roll file that has my rolls in it. This is working the come out 160 across, playing against the old Johnny. Let's see what happens. Let's run Let's see who go. Oh, what happened? Whoops, stop. Why are we all at 0? Game new. What happened? Nobody made a bet? No. Why did my bets? Why did nothing happen? Why are they not betting? What the hell? Oh, I didn't turn them on. Active. There we go. Like, wait a minute. John forgot the most basic thing of WindCraps. Turn the bets on. There we go. Let's try it again. Game new. Reset the bankroll. I want to not save the game. I want to reset the file. Here we go. Now we're going to run it. How do these guys do against my rolls? Booyah. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Who's going to make money? Who's going to lose money? Who's going to go to 0? Good thing I'm a good shooter, right? Is there a difference? Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, look at this. This is interesting. I do want to rewind for that, yes. So the person who's working the bets against me, right? Again, this is me who has less than expected come out 7s. Okay, this person's story is this. They're going to be basically even on the come out. They're not going to get hurt. They're not going to get helped by the come out. However, they're going to get the jump on every single throw. They're going to come into every roll having 1 collect, right? And they're going to get beat a lot less often than they should because it's John throwing, John the controlled awesome dice thrower. This guy made $7,800 by working his bets. The other guy made $6,100 by not working his bets. Both players made money, by the way. The player who's working lost less over time. He lost his worst session. He was down $2,000. The other guy was down $2,300. That's interesting, right? When you have a shooter that's not throwing a bunch of come out 7s, working the come out can actually work for you. So if you know that you don't do this like I do, there's a betting decision. Let's do it again. Let's go back and do, let's see what happens here when I go random. Let's try random and see what happens. Let's go to dice roll files. I'm going to turn my dice roll file off. We're going to do a game reset. No, I don't want to save it. Okay. And now we're going to run, let's run the same simulation, but against the random number generator. This will be purely random. I don't have the coffee and craps rolls in here just yet. I got to make more dice roll files, and I will. But for now, it's either me or it's RNG. Let's see what the RNG says. Do we have any difference in here? Okay. Well, that's interesting. The person who's working his bets went to 0. He's got $13 left in his account. The other person still has $2,300 left. Okay. The person who didn't work their bets had a peak profit of $6,300, and at worst they were at $2,300. The person who worked their bets had a peak profit of $6,400, $100 more, but lost everything in that run. Let's do it again. Let's do a couple more trials and to see, again, one trial does not a decision make. Let's do it a few more times and to see if we can catch. Sometimes WindCraps catches a great run and you just make a fortune on it, right? But you can see here the disparity in that early run there. Let's see what happens. This is going to be one of those amazing runs, I think. Oh boy. Yep, there it is again. Once again, the guy working the come out is down to $50. He has no money left. The guy not working the come out loses less, $3,500, but he actually won more. He actually had a higher peak profit, $7,900 versus $7,300. That's interesting. Part of the answer here is that when you're not working the come out, you're not playing as often, right? You just have bets that are inactive, that are not exposed to risk. Obviously, you're going to lose less money in that situation. You should lose less money. That should never be a surprise. What is surprising to me is the wins, because again, this guy down here, he does get the payment on the come out. This person here, right, does get the payment on the come out. He gets money on the come out. He's great, but the losses on the come out outweigh the number of times he wins on the come out. So there are times where he gets a head start. Oh, thank you. And there are times where he comes out from behind, and the come from behind is 5 wins. It's too much to overcome. Let's do it one more time. I'm gonna do one more third simulation, and we'll call it there. So I want to save it now. I do not want to save it. Okay. Last simulation, RNG. Let's go. Maybe that guy will win one. Let's see. Oh boy, that was quick. 800 rolls and he's out of money. That was a terrible run right there. Again, the guy not working the come out made $400 more $5,900 versus $5,500. This guy goes to 0. This guy still walks away with $1,800 in the same number of rolls. There it is. That is the story here. Let me go back to my other screen for us. Let's go back here. And wow, where's all the stuff? Where are we? Let's go here. Hey, can you see me now? Wow, look at that mess. Again, the lighting is so weird in this room. I don't know what's going on. But here we are. Think about what I just showed you. Now, again, this is a dumb, I want to say dumb example. This is a good example. You got to have a baseline somewhere when we do these things, right? So again, come betting with odds. It's a one roll only thing. This here with place bets, there's the multiple come out sevens that can bite you. And the compounding nature of multiple repeat come out sevens makes it too hard to recover. That's why when you're same betting, there's an obvious advantage to one of those players, right? He's not playing as often. He's not coming out down 5 or down 10 or down 15 shots into a roll. There are times where the other guy, sure, gets the head start. He gets the head start probably 2/3 of the time with an extra win. Too much to make up. Now, I see people in chat talking about recovery plans. Okay, yeah, skills I have a ton of. I'll check them in a minute. There's recovery plan is the next thing for us to talk about. That'll be tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to talk about recovery plans with pressing the bets and leaving them pressed, so your come out wins are more impactful. We're going to talk on Thursday about laddering or having kind of a tiered system where you recover built in, and play until you're back to even again, right? This is a straight up vomit against the wall. How would you do straight up number of wins, number of losses? Let me go to the PCs here because Skill reminded me to go check them. I'm going to put my my glasses on so I can read these things. Let's see. I've covered that. Yeah, Skill says, and I agree, by the way, this is going back to a different topic here. Actually, let's go here. Let's go to my other screens. You don't need to see that stuff. The Coffee and Crap Show was the Crap Show was the best so far. It was really good. It was really, really good. And I think it was really good for a number of reasons. I think we had a good panel, number one. I think we had a lot of great questions from the audience, number two. And we didn't spend a lot of time we kind of bounced subjects. Jeff did a great job of moderating that show. It was really, really good. And I held back the F-bombs until hour 3, which was good. So that also makes it great. Let's see. Corey, my magic, the way Corey, I gave Corey some props, right? He's 5-0, right? He's got me figured out. he's studied my random rolling and has me down to a science. So that's great. Let's see. Dice Doctor wants to, what's the sum if it's only the winners? Okay, let's go. We can look at that real quick. Let me go back to Firefox real quick. I can show you that. Let's go here and here. If it's only the winners, and by the way, I want to show you guys something cool. I learned a trick yesterday, actually, in Excel. I didn't know this was in Excel. I've been coding for 30 years. I learned a trick yesterday. If you highlight stuff in Google Sheets, like highlight these rows here, down here on the right, there's this thing. Look at this here. A little box gives you like the sum, the average, the minimum, the max. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I didn't know that was even there. Yeah, so if it's just the winners, we won $10,000 on just the winners. And the winners had 5, 9, 12, 16, 19, 22, 24, 26. So 28 winning sessions versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28 versus 8. 28 wins, 8 losses. We won $10,000 on the winners, right? On the good strategies. So there's that answer. On the bad strategies, look at this. The bad strategies lost $23,000. And honestly, 4-1, 3-1, like these actually won money. They had good sessions, but they lost too much on the big losses. Good question, Dan. Thanks for that. And let's me show you kind of the, yeah. All right. What else do we have in PCs here? Jen, what's the pretend starting bankroll? Was $5,000. I started those with $5,000. $5,000, 160 across was the bankrolls for those. And the average take home, for the winning strategies over here, the average take home was $1,000 for the week on the winnings, as you just saw. Let's see. Dice Doctor was setting a point of 410 changed the results. You're talking about on the WindCraps thing? If I forced it? I don't know. I don't know about that. We can do that. I can run reports where it says what is the EV if you only bet during the 4 and 10. But again, the whole point here is do you work the come out or not? Do you leave your bets on the come out or not? That's the ugly right there. So yeah, Dice Doctor bled Bluetooth. What the hell's happening? My camera, like, you know what the problem is? It's got this weird saturation thing that's pumped way up. I don't know why it's doing that. That looks better. That looks way better. I'm not sure what happened. The saturation thing. I did the saturation thing to make the table look better, but it turned me orange. Anyway, I was looking like Donald Trump there for a minute. Sorry if I triggered anybody. All right, well that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you all that. There's a lot there. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the same thing with pressing. So what time is it? 8:48. We have 10 minutes. I'm gonna go to the table. Let's go play. Let's go to the table and hit it for a minute. And let me just roll it. I'm gonna roll out that. A couple of players. We'll play about 10 minutes of dice rolling here while I enjoy the coffee that Kathy brought me. My wife, you saw, came in mid-show there and handed me a cup of coffee, which is awesome. We got some stuff called Gourmet Latte right down the street from us. It's fantastic. All right, let's get to the table. I'm gonna take all this mess out the way here. Let's see if I can't have a couple of come out sevens. All I'm gonna do is run 160 across for 2 players a couple of times. We're just gonna run it out. I got 2 players, one in the front, one in the back. Guy in the back will be off. Guy in the front will be on. Now this will be a meaningless experiment unless I have some come out sevens, right? But let's see what happens. So they're both playing. Guy in the front, I'm gonna leave this thing on. He's always on. Guy in the back, working the puck. Here we go. Let's see if there's any difference at all in profit gameplay here in the next 10 or 15 minutes or whatever number of throws we get. Come out 6. Okay, cool. That's a big coffee cup. I gotta be careful, hit it with the stick. There's a come out 5-1. So point's gonna be 6. I'll put the puck in the back. Keep it out of the way. So here he's gonna get paid 35 on the way out. We'll put the profits over here. And what I'll do actually is I'll work my rack. I'm gonna show you a way to work the rack as I do this today. That's sort of a, I don't know if this is the way that Vince would explain it, but it's one way to work your rack is to recover the number of bullets that you have, right? Which is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna work this front of the rack until the bullets are solid, and then we'll look at profit versus just tacking the wins over here on one side like some people do. And see what happens. We got a 10, a 6-4. I'm not gonna pay VIGs. I don't feel like dealing with pennies. So both players are gonna win 50 bucks each guy, okay? Now look at this. This guy back here, he needs to have 160 to be even. Okay, he's already partway home. It's pretty cool. Before you load profits up, there's a 1-1 aces. There's a 1-3. Wow, look at this. We're getting fantastic rolls here. 1-3-4. So again, 50 bucks for each player. Right there. We'll put him back in the rack. There's 100 for him. This guy here's he's only a quarter away from having that recovery, from having his spread put back. And again, manage your rack this way. It's kind of cool. One more hit here would be really nice to see. 5-3-8. Perfect. We catch an 8. Now watch this. 25, 35 for the front player, 35 for the back player. Now watch how I manage the rack here. Okay, the guy in the front, that quarter becomes his 160. Okay, which means these $10 are his first actual honest to goodness profit. Because he took the first hit, he gets to profit. And in fact, he's got his original bankroll is in here. Profit is here. He's playing on profit out here. The guy in the back hasn't yet recovered. Okay, he's going to be at almost 110. He's a quarter away from having his initial bankroll back. If we get a 7 here, he's actually going to be upside down. We get a 7 here, he's going to be up 10 bucks. Interesting, right? That first win sets you up for pretty good success. Now, here's a case where it's not going to matter that much. Good little run here by old Johnny, right? And again, we're gonna have 35 bucks for a player in the front, 35 bucks for the player in the back. And again, I'm gonna manage their racks this way. The guy in the front, all that is profit. He's racking up profit. The guy in the back, this quarter becomes his bankroll being complete. Now he goes to profit, right? So you manage your rack and the rail like this. What's out here, now you can safely say, my initial bankroll is tight. I recovered everything off the table, recovers my initial bankroll. I stash profit on the other side, and I know that this plus this is my profit, okay? And if I started out like I did today with 320, I know that I've got a 50% profit already. Magical run here. We're on a miracle run. It's a beautiful thing, but you can walk with 10 bucks, right? Or you can walk with 170 right now. You can walk with whatever this is, 45, or you can walk away with 215. You have a choice here as a player. You got to know this. You got to know what's in your rack. I know you guys can't see it because the coffee cup. Put it over here. I know you guys can't see that, right? Here's the initial bankrolls. Here's their profits, right? I always work to recover that bankroll. Let's go. There's the 7. Good timing. Both players made money, but when this all, and I'm going to leave the bets up here, right? Because what I'm going to do is show you this. We lost all this. The profit levels are $10 versus $45. So working the come out for this player, in this role, worked out great. Both players, though, go down 160. I'm going to take 160 out of each of their racks, okay? That puts up the new set of bets. And now they're both working from behind again. Again, you could have just pulled down there and left. Here we go. Pucks off, coming out. Working the come out, not working the come out. Let's see if there's any, if I happen to catch a 7 here, what'll happen? We didn't catch it. We caught a 10, which is great. So far, this guy is saying, I told you so. I told you so. Work the come outs, right? 50 bucks. And again, goes to the front of his rack. We're going to work this side of his rack. Now, what I do in this situation, when I'm at the table, I'm thinking to myself, how do I get my bankroll back as fast as I can to where it ought to be? Profit goes over here. I'll leave 10 bucks aside. I want to rebuild this as fast as I can to 160. Same thing here. I'm putting his money up. He needs to get 150 out of this hand to get himself back to normal again. Okay, I'll leave the 10 bucks because I'm trying to get all greens over there. All right, pucks here. Point is 10. Let's go. Let's get some wins, baby. 1, 2, 3. Nothing from me. I'm not logging the rolls today because I think we're only going to be here for a minute or so. We are at 628. 628. Okay, 35 for each player. 25, 35. Okay, again, bankroll management. So player in the front, what we do, I'm going to keep the reds over here for now. I'm going to put the green chip over here. Getting close to his number, right? Again, red chips here, green chips here. We're going to try and make these guys look like they have 160 on both. Look how far ahead he is, right? Working that come out for him really helped out on the recovery. 7. All right. Good example. Now we're going to be down. Okay, we're going to lose the 160 out here. Look at this. We didn't recover, right? Neither guy recovered, but this guy's closer, right? He has 110. He's got 130. If I take this 25, he has 130 out of the 160. He's only down 30 bucks. This guy here is got 45. He's actually down 115 bucks after that second run. Okay. So far, player who's working the money is doing better. Okay. We're going to catch a roll here in a minute where that doesn't happen. It may not be, I'm only taking 3, this will be our last shoot here. I'm only taking 3 tries at it, but let's see what happens. We're going to pull again 160 out of our racks. 160 out. To place the bets that are out there. Again, I'm just going to leave same bet. We're not going to do anything crazy. And here we go. This guy's way down. This guy's not terribly down. Down some, but not a lot. Here we go. Coming out. I'd love to see it come out 7 and just change the whole face of this thing. 1, 2, 3. That does nothing. 4. Okay, so we're not gonna get a good example today. That's okay. 4 is the point. The working man gets $50. Okay, and lo and behold, he's at 150, 160 bucks. He has one full shooter, or half of his bankroll recovered already. This guy here is waiting. He's not playing, but he's waiting. Too bad he got those 2 quick 7s, right? 6, hard 6. Let's see if we can get them both to recover, and then we'll get out of here. So there's 35 for each player. And again, we're going to work to get our bankrolls corrected as fast as we can. I'm going to keep the reds down here. We're going to keep the greens over here. Let's do it. Work that rack, man. Work that rack hard. There's a 35 and a 35. So again, guy in the front here, or the back, is still working. Guy in the front loads that in. And there you go. Working the rack. Working the rack. These reds will become a quarter here in a little bit. I'll color those up to make the racks look right after we finish the roll. Hey, another 6. Love it. 35, 35, and again, put the reds there. We'll put the greens here. Recovery. Oh, that's gonna stay here. Same for this guy. Green in the back. We can probably color the reds up here to get these guys some help. Just to see if they each get a green out of that. He's almost, look at that, look at the difference in the racks. This guy here is almost back to half his bankroll. This guy's almost back to his full bankroll. He's like literally 1 hit away from the full bankroll. That's awesome. So I'm giving you a terrible example of the reality of this thing. There's a midnight. Just because I missed a come out 7. There's an 11, a midnight, and an 11. Come on. 7 out. Okay. There's the money. Bank takes it home. Come on. All right. So working the come out in this situation lost you less, right? He's basically this guy here literally lost $10. This guy over here never recovered. Never recovered at all. He lost $110. So it's a bummer, 170 bucks. Bad example, right? Dice won't always tell my story. We know over time, though, those come out 7s will come, and this poor guy here will have much more work to do than this guy will. So there it is, guys. That's my show today. Let's go back to the camera one last time. One last time, I'll come visit you. My phone is blowing up right now for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, that's it, guys. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching both shows. I appreciate you watching both shows. I know some people don't always watch, but I know Vince went live during this show here, so he's not watching this one, which it's unfortunate because we're talking about, this whole week is about him, right? This whole week is about him talking about working the come out. So I'm building up to playing the way that he would play it, which is this kind of, this not a chase, but sort of a laddering up the levels to recover, right? We want to get the bankroll recovery system built into this thing by Thursday. So I'm trying to take us leveled through it, not just jump into it and say, here's the only answer you need, right? That's not the way to do this. So anyway, there we go, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to work. And yeah, have a good Tuesday. I'll see you later today. Some point today, I'm going to be throwing the bones on Dave's show. Wish me luck. Let's see if I can get to round 3. I'd love to get past round 2. That'd be pretty awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye.